Okay, YouTube, it's Saturday afternoon, March 14th, or 13th, sorry. Didn't get to work on the truck any today. Had to work. Kind of a bummer to have to work through the weekend, but that's how it goes. But today I got to do a little something different. I don't know if I get to do anything to the truck tonight or not, but we got to do a little bit of lawnmower maintenance. Grass is already growing, and thought I'd try to make a little video on that, see how it turns out, see if I get any views on it. Okay, what we got to work on now is this one right here. This is not mine, this is my mother's riding mower. Needs oil change, blade sharpened, and this right side rear tire's got a slow leak. I'm going to try a little tire sealant, that slime stuff as they call it. I used it on my Ranger, and it worked pretty good on a slow leak. One of those leaks that takes about a week to go down. I've already done some lawnmower maintenance to my old lawnmower. I'll call this one Old Smoky. This is his 13th year of service it will be doing for me. Bought it in '99, so yep, this year will be 13 years. And I call it Old Smoky because it was burning a lot of oil. Now it lives off a steady diet of Castro 2050 high mileage and some, let's see if I got the bottle up here. I can't find it. Ah, here it is. And some of this stuff. I wouldn't recommend using stuff like that in an engine you actually care about, say like some kind of vintage V8 in a nice old car or something, but it's a lawnmower engine, who cares? Let's see how long we can make it go. But anyway, I've already done what I need to do to that one. Over in that shed over there is the little Troy built that my dad used to use. I use it a little bit, just kind of keep it up and going. Don't keep it over here because I don't really have room for it. But I went ahead and got that done through the week. So let me pull this tractor out of here and we'll film a little bit of lawnmower maintenance. Stay tuned. Alright, now most people like to take I've seen some people take an electric grinder to put an edge back on there. I don't like to do that. It gets it all uneven. I don't think you get a really good sharp razor edge. I use a file. Takes a little longer, takes a little more elbow grease, but I think it just does a better job of sharpening it. And I'll just show you how to go about doing that. Really, it's kind of sharp right along here. Right here is where it's mostly dull. That's where it cuts most of this grass, I guess. I just try to get that rounded edge off of there. First, I'll start on the sharpest part of it, closest to the vise, where my blade won't be flexing on it. I'll cut a little easier. Right after I get that part. If I had a sharper file, it would go a little better too. Make do with what we got. And no, I don't bother to balance it. Never had any trouble out of that either, so probably should, but I don't. Yeah, just for a little extra edge, always go on the back side. Don't try to put too much of an angle on both sides. Just to get a little bit more of an edge on it. Oh yeah, already sharp. And when I get from here on out, I move this a little closer to the vise. Try not to tighten it too much, it kind of bends a little bit. And now I can cut better because it's not flexing on me. One thing you gotta remember when using a file is don't get in a hurry and get all crazy with it. You can slip, cut yourself real easy. It was pretty dull. It's going to take a little bit of cutting. It was actually wore so bad that the cutting edge or angle had actually rounded. Now we're getting an edge. These blades almost need replaced. We're not going to this time. We're getting an edge. Alright, that's a good razor sharp edge. I wonder if it'll cut a piece of paper. Find something laying around and find out. And here's a receipt from Summit. Let's see. I don't know about if it's that sharp. It's not like it's sharp enough to cut you. It's kind of tearing. It's sharp. I was just curious if it'd cut like a knife. Put a little bit more edge on it. But it's got a pretty good edge on it. Then again, this is no knife, right? And after the first couple of cuttings, everybody pretty much knows that they're never this sharp. Like one cutting, really. Take a lot of beating when you can work with the grass. But we always like to start the year off with a good fresh sharp blade, right? Okay, that's how I sharpen them. You pause the camera and I'm going to get the other side of this blade, then the other blade, and move on to something else. Stand under your boom. Okay, now we get the draining oil. Oh, remember what I said about cutting your finger on the blades? I did it right after I shut the camera off. Told you. I guess I should practice what I preach, huh? But, like I said, it can happen real easy, even if you are paying attention. Something always hate. Yep, it's like my plug's rounded off here. That helps. Okay. Looks like this one one's got a leak. It's all wet. Should be leaking. We fix that soon. And I'll be giving the reasons why I shouldn't fix it right away. Maybe put a gasket set on it over the winter. It's not something I can jump up and do in the middle of the summer. But I got a lot of plans to, well, get the truck going, hopefully. unless other things go wrong, which they could. Seems like that's all that happens around here lately. Every time I try to get something going, something goes wrong. You know, it's not being bitter about anything. It's just a lot of illness in the family. I'm going through that period of my life where a lot of illness in the family, people passing away. It's been so hectic. Hard to focus on what I'm doing when I do get to do what I can do. Enough about that. Let's get this done. That's what this video is supposed to be about. Hopefully explain a little about my slow progress on my truck though. Just life gets in the way of the things you want to do. I never care much for the way you drain the oil out of these things. It runs all over the deck. That's why I got it up on jacks, tilted up, where you get as much oil as you can out of it. Probably could get a little more if I tilted it more, but I don't want my little drain pan here to fall off. It's kind of hanging on the resting on the deck and the steering linkage. Looks like it wouldn't take much for it to fall off, so we'll have to be happy with that. I think that's drained good enough. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in. Another thing I've done to my other mowers, I don't have anything with me to do it now, but I have taken a extended piece of black pipe, threaded pipe with a pipe thread on it. Had it come to about here and put a plug in it. Put an adapter on it and put the plug in it, and that way when you drain your oil, it's coming out of the pipe. But I don't think I have anything around here to do that with this one. So it might not get done. I think I'll pause the camera and take a look real quick. Alright, just as I thought, I didn't have anything to do that with. Extend that drain plug after this. So we'll have to do it the messy way again next year. Maybe if I think of it, which I doubt I will, I'll pick one up before I change oil on this thing next time. Let's see where this thing's leaking in. Sure. Pressure wash it off with the dial on it. Give me an idea of what to do to it. Maybe it'll be a wintertime fix. That's something else I always tell myself I'm going to do every year. Don't wait till spring. Get your lawnmower ready. Do it in the fall. There's less going on in the fall. Springtime, when I am racing, I'm getting ready to go racing. Last thing I want to do is get those lawnmowers ready. But I always, I don't know, just say the heck with it or hell with it. That's the way it goes, though. Maybe this year I'll do that. I'll try to put a gasket set on this engine for it. Hello, doggy. Dog's trying to help. Get this out of here. Get this off. Now I've got to fill it up with oil. Another tip of the day, don't forget to fill your engine back up with oil after draining. You won't like what happens if you do that. Okay, here's something else I forgot to pick up. New air filter. You see how dirty this one is. But underneath this foam sleeve is a relatively clean one. So I'm going to clean this off with some car cleaner, I guess. Be good enough for now. It's a pretty standard air filter. Find it at Home Depot, places like that. I'll pick one up and slap it on one day. But something that doesn't have to be done right away. Probably not the best way to wash this, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Whoops, hope I didn't get on the camera. And I'm starting to bleed again. This stuff will sterilize itself. I should have done before I took it off the filter was blow it off of there. But I didn't, so it's too late for that. Now I gotta find an air chuck. Oops, almost knocked the camera over. It's not as clean as it should be, but it's better than it was. Let's see, one other thing I can do. And like I said, this is just a temporary cleanup on this air filter. I'll pick a new one up and throw a new one on later. Kind of stretched it out a little bit. That'll be alright. There we go, almost good as new. Like I said, it's a lawnmower. It ain't no drag car. Somebody be watching this video thinking, oh my god, this guy built a race car? Yeah, he did. And it works just fine. I'm doing that, it's so dirty I didn't even want to take the oil cap off of it. Didn't want to get dirt down in there. I need another pour of oil. Man, I tell you, for the middle of March, this is unbelievably steamy weather. See, I think Thursday we had a storm roll through here. It wasn't nothing major like all the tornadoes and supercells that's been really all over the region, at least in the Midwest through Tornado Alley and through this area too. There's like more like a pop-up thunderstorm, but I mean, it hailed for like 30 minutes, poured buckets of rain, the yard just literally flooded like ankle deep within minutes, and the wind was getting so strong, it kept getting stronger and stronger. I was worried a tornado was in the middle of it. You couldn't hardly see the garage, and it was just a white wall from where the wind was blowing the rain. It was a little scary. It was right as I got home. Just got home, put groceries got groceries out of the truck and in the house, and boom, it hit. I got in just in the nick of time. A lot of that stuff going on makes you wonder what this actual tornado season is going to be like. But you never know about that stuff. Sometimes it can just start out with a big bang, sometimes be earlier than usual like this year, and then all of a sudden it'll calm down and be normal, or nothing will happen. I think one quart will be enough. In case you haven't noticed, I like to blab about a little bit of everything when I'm working on stuff. Instead of focusing on just what I'm working on, I will jump around from subject to subject. It's just the way I do. Actually, in one of my power show videos, I had got kind of a negative comment, which I deleted and blocked the guy. If the guy actually had a channel that showed that he had actually worked on something, I probably would have left it up there, because everybody's got a right to their opinion. But this was just some guy who he favorited a few videos that had nothing to do with any of the car, tractor, or truck stuff, or anything pertaining to engines or working on anything. Just favorited some music and all that stuff, which is fine, but he posted on there, all you did was talk, please delete this. And on that same night he posted a negative comment about some USC fighter. Some guy was talking about a USC fighter, put up a video and talked about a fighter he liked, and he got on there and just, this other guy that gave me the same negative comment did that, and I don't want that on my channel. I started to leave it on there just to show what kind of a jerk he is, but I did him a favor and deleted it, blocked him. Hopefully you realize that, you know, if you're not into working on stuff, don't watch the video. I see a lot of stuff on there that I'm not really that interested in, even though I'm an open-minded person and I don't like to disrespect things. Even though I don't really have an interest in doing them, I won't disrespect it. So if I see something that doesn't interest me, I just find another video. Why put an ignorant comment on there? I don't get that. Anyway, enough about that. We're full of oil. We'll fire this thing up. Oh yeah, I have one more thing I gotta do. Hang on. Okay, we gotta put some tire slime in this leaky tire here. It's got a slow leak. And I need to get that taken care of because my mother goes out there to cut grass. She sees her tire flat, she's going to be upset, which means I'll get a phone call, which means I'm going to stop what I'm doing, I'm going to fix it. I don't mind doing things for my mother. I help her out every chance I get. But I like to take care of these things before they happen so I don't get that phone call. Because if I get that phone call, I got to stop what I'm doing. I got to do it. You know how that goes. It's a mother thing. Maybe it's a female thing, I'm not sure. But anyway, when you buy this stuff, they give you they want you to remove the valve stem. You get a valve stem remover, which comes with the cap. Set this up here out of the dirt. They want the stem on at least on the upper half of the tire, meaning the stem up, not down on the bottom. And now, I take this hose, which I just pulled out of there if you saw it, and fit it over this little nipple here. Slide this over the stem. I hope you can see that. Maybe my head's in the way. There we go. And you just squeeze the bottle up here. Maybe not. Ah, hang on. I know what I forgot to do. Gotta take the seal off. Duh. I can work on stuff, but I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I want to get that straight right now. Anyway, I'm not going to put the whole bottle in here because this is meant for a full-size car tire, and I want to save some of it for Old Smoky that I showed you at the beginning of this video. It's got a front tire, which I've been airing it up every time I use it for the past 2 or 3 years. They'll go around the fixing it. Typical drag racer. All we care about is going racing, and we let everything else go to shit. Anyway, alright, now, I'm going to take this off, put about half the bottle in, make sure it's clean. I hope it's clean, and screw your stem back in. Band-Aid's about to fall off. Of course, with this tight, I need to air up the tire. Save this stuff. In fact, I better do it soon. I'm guessing it might dry now that the seal has been broken and not be usable. So I probably should do that kind of soon on the other tire. Alright, now I gotta find my air shut. Wherever it went. Alright, hit the pause camera, couldn't find my air check. Just got thinking, this video might be for people who want to see auto restoration stuff and race car stuff, which I haven't showed a lot of, actually any of it, except for just firing up the Fairlane. It might be kind of a boring video. Oh well. Just goes to show you what real life is like. It's not all fun. But I thought I'd try making a video on this anyway, because this video is more than just working on cars and trucks. It's pretty much things I gotta maneuver around to get to working on the cars and trucks. So tire gauge has been with me for a long time. I bought it in 1993, a place called S&S Automotive. They mostly sell racing fuel and a lot of round-around circle track and figure 8 car type stuff. The tires and just a lot of that type racing stuff. But every now and then a drag racer can go in there and find what he needs. And I guess I've gotten really attached to this tire gauge, because if I ever forget it and go racing and have to borrow someone else's gauge, I just don't feel like I'm getting my tire pressure right. And I tell you what, if you compare these gauges like this, see, this one only goes 15 pounds, it's for slicks. I usually run 9.5 pounds on my 64 Fairlane. And gauges will vary, even good precision ones. Like I said, I run 9.5 on this. I've used other people's gauges, stuck this on here. When their gauge says 9.5, mine will read 12. My car works best when this gauge reads 9.5. I don't know which gauge is actually telling the right tire pressure, but I know when this gauge says 9.5, my tire pressure is right on that car. 10 pounds, good enough for a lawnmower. I like to run low pressure on a lawnmower too. Since we're putting slime in and we got a leak, I'm going to pump this one up tight. The reason I like low pressure when I'm mowing is it's a lot less bumpy. This chuck does not want to fit that tire very well. That might have to be tightened up. Oh yeah, we buried the gauge here. Probably not good for my gauge. Check the oil one more time. Now there's probably a drain down in there. We check all the other tires. I'm going to pause the camera and we're going to try a little mowing. Take the camera with me. You can ride with me. Alright. Okay, now we're going to try this camera out. Got me a new bandage. New Band-Aid. Black electrical tape. It's better than any Band-Aid. It should be in every gearhead's first aid kit. Another little tip of the day. Alright, let's see if this thing will start. Kind of acted like the starter was not engaging earlier. Little mower fires up really nice. You don't have to choke it every time. You choke it once when it's cold. The rest of the day, you don't want you to choke it. It fires right up. It's a good little mower. Same thing as my yard machine, except this is a 13 horse. Mine's a 15. You can tell a difference in power when you're cutting heavy grass. Pretty good little mower. I like these little yard machines. There we go. One thing that this one doesn't have that mine does, besides smaller engine, mine's got the shift on the go. The lever's right here, and you can upshift it without even pushing in the clutch. Other than that, this is a good little mower. It's going to be a really bumpy video. Okay, we got it mowed before the storm came in. Maybe it's not going to be storm, maybe it'll just be rain, we don't know. But it looks like we're going to have time to pressure wash this thing off, which I was hoping I would be able to do. So, let's go ahead and get that done. And, oops, sorry about that. That will be all this video. Show a little bit of that, and gotta turn the switch on, dummy. It starts really nice. I like it. I doubt I can do this one-handed. I'm not even gonna try to do it one-handed. Set this camera down. This will be another bad video. That ain't gonna work. Good enough. Okay, we got it sprayed off. I know what you might be thinking. Some of the watchers might be thinking. Is the thing going to start after I drowned it with the pressure washer? Well, I usually wonder about that too whenever I do this, but usually they do. Sometimes they're a little stubborn, sometimes they're not. Gotta wipe my seat off here. I also blew these little foam pads for the hood off. We'll have to glue them back on, but I'll do that later. It's not important. I just dropped it and now I can't find it. Huh. Oh well. There it is. It's one of them. Might be another one here somewhere unless it was missing already. Not important. Put it in my pocket. Now, instead of a cold start, how about if we do a wet start? That'll be different. Let's see, we're not going to choke it. Let's see how it does. I'm in park. Uh-oh, let's try choking it. That's all I need. I'll have to look it up on YouTube. I've never seen a wet start. Put this lawnmower back where it belongs. Okay, that's all we're going to do in this video. Got to get the lawnmower back over where it belongs, like I said I was going to do. About 3 or 4 times. Got the boom off the tractor. And I'm going to back that tractor back safely in here before the bad weather hits. See what those storm clouds look like now. I haven't checked for warnings, but a couple of pretty good looking thunderheads coming up. Yeah, we'll see. As high as it is, as early as it is this year, who knows what it's going to do. Put back the tractor in the same fashion that I pulled it in my last video. I thought it was a pretty good ending. Enjoy. Stay tuned for more videos on the Power Stroke. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this one.